You know, when you think it can't get any harder, it can't get worse, and you've been praying for a miracle for years, years and years, it's not getting any better, and it definitely is not heading towards the miraculous at all, unless we're going to say it's the miracle of my being able to survive, not just collapse. I there was a time I got scared I would have a psychotic break. I really thought I'm just going to literally, truly lose it and go into psychosis because it's too much. It's too much. So today's not a homeschool roundup. It's a wow. Special needs parenting is hard and challenging, especially when things have changed. I don't know how people do it. The schools, when the children are sent to them, and then they're extra violent and super angry or whatever they are, however they act. I guess that's why some children are abused, and I bet not enough of us know how widespread the abuse is. I'm thinking of a mother who posted that they sent their child, who was a teenager, to a center, a learning place where he was going to sleep, like a boarding school, and they told the parents that he's not handling the change. They went to visit on a weekend and they just felt like, okay, he's got the extra bruises because he is, after all, violent. So he must be hurting himself even more because he doesn't understand why he's not at home. It is a huge change. It's a huge change for anybody, any person, even if they are neurotypical. But now, when you add in neurodivergence and an intellectual delay or impairment, rather, and you can't explain to the child, it's even harder. Obviously, it will take time for them to adjust to this horrible, for them, new normal. But it was after a year or two that they eventually realized or found out that their child was not hurting himself. They were abusing him. They were the ones who were hurting him. And that is the only thing that is keeping me from even looking for a place. One, because I don't think my daughter would ever manage or handle the pain of not being home. And secondly, because I have no clue what the people would do to them or to her. She can't tell me. But yesterday was one of those days where I just thought, Lord, and to wake up and I'm crying because the night pain is horrific. The sweating has increased. Ankylosing spondylitis is another layer to the suffering. And wow, I don't know, people. I don't know. I wish I could give it to you so that you could feel what I mean. Yeah. So there I am today, waking up crying because of pain. And not that I even slept properly. I think that's the worst part. You just have 15 minutes here and then you have to turn again because there's no side that is comfortable. There is no side that is pain free. You're just rolling around the whole night. Okay, now my neck is stiff. Let me turn around. How do you sleep? You're not sleeping. You're not sleeping. Forget the night sweating. You're not sleeping when you have to be constantly shifting the entire night and still not able to sleep. So I wake up and I just told my girl, please don't let it be like yesterday. Can you be happy today, the whole day? Which is a tough ask because she is grieving. So yesterday afternoon, I she asked to go to the car. She had already asked to go for a drive and I had already driven. And because my husband always says, no, just to say no. And I'm thinking, you have no clue what no means to this child. It makes her unhappy. Then she attacks me and takes it out on me. I'd rather just say yes and we save everybody, including the other children, the screaming, the prolonged screaming, and her throat. She cries from her throat and it's like she's going to lose her voice. So it's, it's hard to say no, even though I'm not well and I should not be driving. So I got into the car earlier on in the day after I'd already taken them for their usual official Wednesday drive. So you can imagine I've got this pain in my right leg, hip, and every time I press a pedal, it hurts more, and I'm doing it multiple times in one day. So I said to her, all right, the children are in the pool. Don't you want to go into the water? Usually, water calms her. Usually, she asks first. She didn't want that suggestion. She lost it. She lost it big time. I came back the second drive of the day when she had asked car and I jumped. I'd been wearing my flip flops, and you can't drive in flip flops. So I had to stop on the side of the road, take off my flip flop, and drive barefoot, which I'm not used to. My foot is small, so the pedal, reaching the pedal, my foot doesn't rest on the floor of the car. It's high up, and my feet, when it's just my toes, it feels flimsy, like I'm going to lose control of the pedals. So that wasn't ideal at all. Don't drive barefoot if you have tiny feet like me. So I told her, okay, you don't want the water? Let me go get my shoes, my firm, solid shoes, and then I will take you for a drive. I didn't say it that long because she doesn't understand. So I just said, okay, we'll go to the car. I come back, I put on my sneakers, my Skechers to be specific. And I want to mention that because, hold on. All right. Ooh, these are more comfortable for walking, but they have laces. It takes time to put them on, and it's uncomfortable when you have AS to bend over and then to have to open it up first, get your foot in, and then tie. It's actually too much for quite a lot of us who have severe or active ankylosing spondylitis. So I just put on my Skechers, and yeah, no laces, just put it on. I've got 3 pairs of Skechers. But by the time I got out the door to go to the car, keys in my pocket, she was in the water, but throwing a huge, I'll call it a tantrum because she didn't get what she wanted. Though I'm wondering also if it's not the heat. It was 35 degrees Celsius. It was hot. And we know autistics don't do well with heat. So when it comes to a twin, who I'm also going to mention, I was thinking maybe it's the heat as well. And that's the thing, because you are so conscious that they are different, you feel sorry for them. But the sorrow doesn't ameliorate the suffering that they inflict on you, and they are in trouble. You all are in trouble. No matter what the cause, it's still trouble. So she was now jumping in the pool that the children have. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. She wouldn't let me hold her. She was screaming and screaming. She wouldn't let me hold her. She didn't want to come out the pool to go to the car. She was just screaming so much that she wasn't even registering that I'm saying, all right, okay, come, let's go to the car. She was just screaming and screaming. We tried to take her out. She screamed even louder. We put her back in. She screamed again louder. She was at the point where she didn't know what she wanted. She knew she was upset, hurt, or angry, whatever the feelings are. Maybe they're all jumbled together with missing her big siblings. So she screamed. I didn't actually know what to do. Our helper, she's stronger. So I just left. And then when I came back, she had broken the pool with the play area made of AstroTurf. Water and AstroTurf is disgusting smell. It's like carpet, wet carpet. So all the water was rushing in. My children were like, oh no, what the worst day of our life. This is not fun. And they really just wanted to have fun. And that's what I mean, that is hard. It is hard because special needs impacts the other children as well. Everyone is affected. And the worse or more severe, I know people don't like that word, but it is more severe because at least you guys with the level 1 people, and maybe even the level 2, they understand. You can reason with them. They can internalize what you're trying to tell them. They understand. The other siblings understand. Our brother and sister have gone to study. She can't. She just knows they're gone. Maybe she thinks they don't love me. Why aren't they coming back? That's all. She doesn't understand why they've gone, where they've gone, and how long they'll be gone, and that maybe they'll never come back. What if they find jobs out there somewhere? South Africa is big. And so it is harder, the more severe the impairment. It is harder, the more intellect they don't have. Sorry, that is backwards. But the less intellect they have, the harder it is to handle. And the more violent and the stronger they are, the harder it is and the heavier. I tried to lift her because now she was going to hurt everybody. She was jumping around, and she's heavy, and she's strong and she's knocking her head backwards. So now I'm scared that the other children will get hurt. And I tried to get her out. I hurt myself even more. Our helper was like, "Lady, what are you doing? You're crazy." So she tried to pick her up. And eventually, she got her into the car. I was trying to hold up the pool. I couldn't find things to put together to hold up the side of the pool that had now fallen, because the children themselves had gotten rid or hidden or played with one of the things that holds the top of the pool, one of those grips that holds the top of the pool. It's a plastic pool, straight. So because of them, that's why the pool then buckled, because they themselves lost the thing, the hard plastic that holds it together where the two joints meet. So it went poof, and then there was a leak, and in the plastic it got torn. Got her into the car, and she started smashing things. She picked up the car seat and she threw it. And I thought, okay, I just need to go away and get you safe, because now I'm scared. And I had to buckle her in. She didn't want to be buckled. She tried to jump into the front seat. You need to live it to feel the sense of helplessness and pain and anguish that I'm feeling, sick as I am and in pain and tired. And I'm feeling for her on her behalf. So she was trying to run into the front seat, jump into the front seat, which she's never done before in all her life. I didn't know what she wanted to do. At least I had the keys, so she couldn't have started the car. Okay, I buckled her in, and we start driving. She starts now trying to open the car door. I put on child lock very fast, because the other kids are old enough. No one has ever tried to open a door in 3 years. So we've been safe. So we've let them so that they can all come out when we get home. So I put on child lock and I'm driving along, and she's just screaming and moving around and bashing. And I just thought, this is so unsafe. This is so unsafe. She screamed for 10 minutes, and then she finally calmed down, and we got back home, and she was fine. She was fine. Just the rest of us who now were broken. So we asked Violet to stay until 5, or I asked her to, well, obviously with a raise, because I can't bath them. I can't. But now, because of all the wind, the water that had rushed into the play area, she was now sweeping it out, so she couldn't bath the child. It was like 5:10 now, so she had to leave. Where she lives is extremely unsafe. So unsafe that she doesn't even carry a cell phone when she comes here. This world is evil and cruel. Life is cruel. So she's emptying sweeping out the water. I'm running the bath. No, I told Amy to run the bath because she can bend better. I get Rio in. She wouldn't sit down. I couldn't stand anymore. And you can't keep standing. You can't dip down into the water, and it's too much if you're sick. So I had to sit on a chair and try and bath her, and folk just washing her like this, because now the chair's low and she's standing. Just washing her like this. My arm got tired. Just washing her like that. Forget trying to lift her out the bath. I haven't actually bathed the children in a year. I did bath Nayla once because she begged and begged, but it hurts too much. And that is the sad thing, the guilt. I prayed that my girl, Rio, would improve. But she is getting worse in a way. She's not like the baby who couldn't throw just car seats around. She's not that kind of child anymore. She can throw car seats around. She can break swimming pool edges. She can push me. And so Violet this morning says that was hectic. When she got here, obviously, that was hectic. And she was now, my girl was trying to push her. So she says, well, I told her, well, I weigh 96 kilograms. You can't push me. And she just looked at her so angry, like, why are you not moving when I'm trying to push you? Whereas she can push me because I don't weigh 96, nor 80, nor 70. So, folk, be thankful if you don't have a child who has severe autism or level 3 autism, or you don't have a child who's violent, if you have a child who's completely healthy, be grateful. Because I tell you, the parents whose children aren't as bad as her, but whose children do have special needs, still feel that pain. We hate that our children suffer. And so, though she is the worst of my children in terms of the emotional and physical toll, she's not the only one of my children who causes me pain and sorrow. They all do, because their struggles limit their future. Their struggles limit their education right now. So I'm dealing with her, pulling me around the whole day. And then I'm dealing with her twin, who gets extra jealous when I am dealing with her. So Nene comes, I'm trying to bother sister. She's asking me to do something else. I'm not two people, I'm just one mom. One in pain, tired mom who needs to be mothered. And she's pulling me in one direction. So that's the other thing. She and her 9-year-old brother, it's like they want to fill the void with material things. So they are constantly coming. I have no peace. They've gone to the playground now with the new person we're trying. So now is the peace. When they come back, it's all hell will break loose until 10 o'clock when everyone is sleeping. It's a long time between 7 o'clock a.m. when I get them out of bed to 10 p.m. It was a fail. I've already asked him to just go. So, the interview was yesterday, and there was strong scent, which I am very allergic to. And it was there today. You could smell it in through the entire house. So for my health, I asked him that, is it a cologne? And he said it's his choice of deodorant. I've never smelled such strong deodorant in my life. And I've been around a lot of people and been in many churches. It was just through the whole house. And my sinuses, which are already on fire, did not appreciate it. And my children are autistic and have sense issues. The cologne smell from the uncle. Could you handle it?
No way.
What did you think about it? It was
Too much.
too much. Yeah, hey. So okay, thank you. Yes, Nene, what do you want? But more than that, it's I hate lies. I hate lies. And I had stated the schedule for the morning yesterday verbally. I then texted it in the evening so that it could be read. And I stated all the times very specific. But despite even my helper telling him, he was late to come back from the playground. And then, which meant Mikaya was late for vision therapy. And I think this is the icing on the cake. Well, really the last straw. He then texts with a smiley emoji saying, I arrived on time. I checked with the admin lady and they're actually 10 minutes late. So that for me was the last straw. So I'm still searching. 7 o'clock a.m. when I get them out of bed to 10 p.m. It is long. I have had, it's hellish. The 5-year-old keeps nagging me every 10, 15 minutes. I want this. Can't you buy me this? Buy me this Jeep, buy me that. I can't do any of that. I don't have the money and I don't have the desire nor the inclination. Her brother, can you buy us chips? Okay, can you buy us burgers? Can you buy us this? He's also wanting to get. And it's like the comfort eating. They have a void, a big void. But this won't help them. It won't help them. Even if I had all the money in the world, it wouldn't take their heartache away. And my 10-year-old, we're trying some new medication because of her anger that is making her harm herself. It will take 6 weeks to 3 months to work. So that's always in my head. And then, because I'm so busy medicating everyone else throughout the day and giving them supplements throughout the day, I forget myself. So I forget my pain tablets, but most importantly, I keep forgetting my nasal spray. And so I've brought on myself a sinus infection. So I've got that pain and the horrible breath that it comes with, the sore throat, all of that is just ongoing. Folk, life is hard. Life is harsh, and to live it alone. the first message I got yesterday was someone saying, "Oh, I'm so stressed. I haven't got news." I mean, the thing is, it's a problem. It is a big problem for them. They want funding for school, and if they don't get this funding, they will not be able to study. But there's no, how are you? How are you doing? How are things going? To wake up, or rather, to open your phone, and the first thing is, "Oh, help me, help me." It's sometimes just tiring. I I used to blog and I used to say, I hate the fact that I am always someone else's shoulder to cry on, but I don't have my own shoulder to cry on. I will check on you. How are you feeling? How do you do now? Or how do you do now? How are you feeling now? Is this better? What about that other long term problem? That is who I am. And unfortunately, it then invites people to tell me their problems. And but there's no one who does that. So you are, as my like in university, one of my she was older than us, maybe by 3 years. She said, you are like our mother superior, as if we are Roman Catholic nuns and you are mother superior. You have this air that just wants to make us all come to you. I don't know when I'm going to retire because it has been decades since I was 18, 19 in university until now, but I still seem to be everyone's mother superior. People just open up and tell me their problems, strangers who I've never met before. And I don't mind. I don't mind being an ear. That is not the problem. Listening to problems isn't the problem. Not having anyone in my physical space, that is what makes it harder. To not have anyone who will hold me and say, I can't believe how hard a day you had, or just, I'm so sorry, things are so tough. Here's a way to make it easier. That is what I'm lacking. So that is why it stands out so much when I open my phone and what I get is, oh, my life is ending. When I'm feeling like my life is an endless round of suffering. And remember, I told you that I wanted to die. I can't now. I've seen the suffering caused on the children by the loss of their older siblings. I can't afford to die. I don't want them to suffer even more. Not that I was about to go to Dignitas or do voluntary euthanasia in Canada or anything, but I can't ask God to kill me, because what will happen to his little children? Though they struggle even with me. My 5-year-old told me she wants another mom because I wouldn't let her sleep with her 10-year-old sister. They broke their bed. That's the other thing. It's constant damage. It's just, I don't know how to describe a day that's full of chaos and everybody is coming to you at the same time. It's, imagine trying to chair a meeting at work and this one is talking and that one is talking. They're all talking all at once, all day long. People are talking at you. No one is saying, Mom, have a seat. We will bring you whatever. I don't know, whatever they would do, hot chocolate or something. There's nobody who is doing that. It's just constant. It's constant. And there's your body fighting against you, literally, because an autoimmune disease. This is just one big hell. This is, okay, as in this video is the reality of parenting severely disordered children. They broke their bed, couldn't be used. My husband hadn't come home. He came home like 6:30. And so she was saying, well, I can't sleep on my bed. How about I sleep with Amarissa on Ella's bed with Amarissa in their room? And I said, no way. And I can't tell her why, because that'll make her feel bad. Because they damage things. They took their siblings' guitars yesterday and I saw them playing with them. And the next thing, they're missing. So today, Violet tells me that when she'd gone into the bedroom, they'd taken out all the strings from the guitars. And so now they'd found the replacement strings at the top of my son's wardrobe because, as I said again, they climb up like monkeys. So nothing is hidden. Nothing is safe from them. So they'd gone to the top and they'd taken out the box of replacement strings, and now they were going to fix the guitars. These children break everything. You give them paint, they paint the wrong thing. They lose the paintbrush. You give them Play-Doh, it comes back and it's a third of the size that it was when you'd given it to them. and in the middle of this constant tornado is one lonely, sad mom who cannot do it all, but can't find the most suitable place because you see, my 5-year-old is very, very easily swayed. She is susceptible to, yeah, she is the epitome of the autistic who will be told by others to go and steal. They will be told, they will hang back, but they will tell the teenager, you go steal, and he will go take the sweets, and then he gets into trouble. That is one of the traits. So if she sees a ballerina, she wants to be a ballerina, she wants to go to ballet class. If she sees a gymnast, she wants to be a gymnast and go to gymnastics. But we are modest. How many Muslim children have you seen wearing leotards? I always get sad that I have to use Muslims as the bar because we Adventists are meant to be as robed up as Adam and Eve were, but we're not. So how many Muslim children do you see doing gymnastics, dressed in those leotards and their legs and, tight? It's very not us. It's really not us. So some things I cannot do based on principle, and other things I cannot do because I don't have the money anyway. And they don't understand that. So she said, I want another mom. And she said it, all day long you've just been saying no. And I think that's because all day long you've been asking for things you shouldn't be asking for things you cannot get, asking for things. She was like a little child's quad bike, asking for the wrong things, never satisfied with what she has at home. Constant nag for the wrong thing. Never, can I have a glass of water? Can I please have juice? Can I please have milk? Things I can do. And the last struggle, food. They are not eating. And it's not because of the ADHD medicine. They just don't eat at the right time. So I'm actually going to abolish breakfast because they're not eating their breakfast. We're wasting so much food every day. They don't eat their breakfast. They don't even eat their lunch at 12:30. They just have a spoon and that's it. Another spoon, that's it. 3 oven-baked chips and that's it. And 2 bites of bread and that's it. Everything is a struggle. Every aspect is difficult. And I'm going to have to cut this here because I'm going to try and find time to record their Bible story because that too is difficult. I can't just read, just sit down and read because she can't. My 5-year-old, who talks, can't concentrate. Anyway, thank you for listening to this. There's no hope. It's hopeless. My husband says, at least it's not as bad. I hate that because he doesn't live it. He doesn't live any of this. And my daughter's scared of him, so she never pushes him. She never pulls his hair. He doesn't have hair to pull. I mean, all of this is just me. I don't have that kind of spouse who studies ankylosing spondylitis, who studies what triggers flares. I don't have the kind of spouse who reads up on every single diagnosis that children have and how to deal with it, the best way to deal with it. It's all information only I have. So it's all information only I look for, and it's therefore only information that I try and put together with their education, which is not geared towards children like that. So in that sense, also, it's just me. But I'm thankful because I did get a message. I do get other messages, thinking of you, or how are you today? So I do get that. But they're far away. They're far away. And now that's the end, I guess. Let me do the Bible story. Goodbye. Okay.
What's this for?
I want to show something. Good. And then the middle one, it got undone again. That one got undone. Let's see. All done up. And remember, what did Mickey say when you did up your buttons? What did Mickey say to you?
Good job!
Exactly. Mickey said, good job.
And I get to take a picture?
Yes, I'm taking a video. My boy is such a star. He is very aware of his shortcomings or weaknesses. And he was staring at her just this past weekend as she was doing up her buttons, almost like he was thinking, oh no, I hope she doesn't struggle. Will she manage? And then when she did, he was so proud of her. And he made me so proud of him. He's such a kind, humble boy. And the positive, my son has finally learned how to spell his nickname. The required information sent to my cosmetics nurse. Yes, yesterday I injected again, and it was so painless. The actual needle entering and the liquid that I actually thought it hadn't. I was actually grateful that there was a spot of blood, because otherwise I honestly would have thought I actually felt more from the auto injector, more pressure than from the actual needle going into me. So that's another, what's it called? It's another injection done. And we continue waiting. Maybe this will be the one.